All right. Welcome in. First to the floor. Instant reactions to the biggest game of the season. Game 82. Boston Celtics versus Charlotte Hornets. The Celtics secure that all important 61st win. Very impressive. 61 wins. But look, if you're here listening to this right now, if you watch this game, shout out to you. Shout out to me. It's 5:13 a.m. Up at 3 a.m. to watch the Peyton Pritchard Diabate duel in the TD Garden. What a time to be alive. Tin John Saloon, 1 for 11. One of the worst draft picks we've seen in a little while here. Great regular season. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. And this is the biggest moment of the day. Walshy with the dagger from the wing puts the Celtics up 5 with like 40 seconds to go. Splash. Nothing but the bottom. Walshy's career, Jordan Walsh, has been revived. Absolutely beautiful. Love to see it. But honestly, look, it was great to see Jordan Walsh play well because it was a rough showing over the past week. Does this game matter at all? Are we going to take anything away? No. But is it better that Jordan Walsh played well as opposed to played bad? We'll fucking take it, man, because it has been a rough couple of weeks and not the best season for old Walshy. But Walshy Island has power. The fires and the floods are over, and we can start to rebuild now that the season is over. If you only watch the fourth quarter of this game, you watch the most exciting part. Peyton Pritchard for Sixth Man of the Year. It's going to be a tough battle. Him versus Naz Reid and Malik Beasley, but definitely him with a shot here. Peyton Pritchard put up 25 shots, 34 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal, 4 turnovers, which honestly you'll take it. So on the day, Pritchard still doesn't lead the day in scoring. Jaime Jaquez Jr. for the Miami Heat, 41 points today. And that is the last day of the NBA regular season for you. Not quite the fireworks that Adam Silver was hoping for in the Eastern Conference, at least. But this was kind of fun, at least as far as the last game of the season goes for a game that doesn't matter. I thought Charles Lee and Joe Mazzulla very clearly wanted to win this game. I thought that was maybe the funnest subplot of the game today was that, like, obviously these guys are competitive psychos. We know about Joe Mazzulla being a psycho. You don't become an NBA head coach without being a competitive psycho. And when the Celtics play the Hornets on a normal day, when the Celtics have their starters, no one's expecting the Hornets to win. It's not really a fair fight between Mazzulla and Charles Lee. Mazzulla has a ridiculous advantage. A game like today, sure, the Celtics probably are favored, but this is a much fairer fight. And I thought Charles Lee getting teched up. You saw Joe Mazzulla up at half court, like getting on the court. He was coaching hard. I thought both of these guys wanted to win tonight because I bet you there's, a bit of not beef, but like competitive juice flowing between Charles Lee and Joe Mazzulla. So shout out Mazzulla, coaching to the end, going defense, offense, or putting Luke Cornett in to inbound the ball on the last play of the game because we trust him to see over the inbounder, be a good passer, find Pritchard late to get to the free throw line to close it out. But yeah, masterclass from Peyton Pritchard. Like, shout out the Hornets for battling back here because, like, they could have just rolled over. Celtics go up 33-15 in the first quarter, and you're thinking, like, this is just a classic end of season. Peyton Pritchard goes for a 40. We kick the shit out of whoever are playing, and that's all she wrote. But credit the Hornets for battling back. 28-21 in the second quarter, 25-15 in the third. This thing was tied. The Hornets actually went up late in this game. So credit to the Hornets. I assumed they were going to play hard because they are stuck at the third worst record in the league. They have 62 losses, 63 losses now. You know how insane that is? The Celtics won 61 games, and the Hornets are going to lose 63 games. But they were stuck at the 3 spot. Utah has 2 more losses. New Orleans has 2 fewer losses. So they were stuck at the 3rd spot. They would come out and play hard for Charsley. But hey, we got to do it. It's game 82. But I'm excited for now this Clippers Warriors game here, which um, I'm not sure. It's hard to kind of figure out who I want to win because there's so many scenarios depending on who wins and who loses. But my dreams of the Oklahoma City Thunder having a tough first round matchup feel like they're slipping away unless the Memphis Grizzlies can win a 7-8 playing game, which is possible. But I've been watching the Grizzlies for the past 3 or 4 games here, and they've been up at halftime against the Timberwolves, just got destroyed. Their defense got ripped apart. Against the Nuggets, they were up 5 with 5 minutes to go, shat their pants. So I'm not really holding out hope for the Grizzlies to beat whoever they face in the 7-8 matchup, but I'm still excited for this Warriors Clippers game nonetheless, because whoever wins will stay out of the play-in. And old friend Ime Udoka appears to be playing all of his regulars in the regular season. So I'm wondering if they're trying to finagle the standings a little bit to try and get a matchup that they want while keeping an eye on maybe some of the other games. So they can control their destiny. Maybe there's a matchup they like a bit more than some of the other ones. Don't know. We shall see. We'll be back tomorrow doing a proper pod. We're not going to do a late night show tonight. We'll do a pod, me, Spoonie, and Ben tomorrow, reacting to everything. We'll have a bit of clarity on some of the playoff matchups and stuff. So we'll talk about that tomorrow once we have a bit more clarity. But today, fun game, fun win. 93-86, a good old-fashioned rock fight between the Charlotte Hornets and the Boston Celtics. Bit of a disappointing game from Baylor Schreiman, I think, after like the euphoria of the Orlando Magic game. It felt like he kind of didn't take today seriously a little bit, playing a bit of pickup basketball out there. 2 for 13, still had 7 rebounds, couple of assists, 4 steals. Thought he played hard, but thought he screwed around a little bit with some shot selection stuff, but still feeling good about Baylor Schreiman. Hawks round 1. I'm hoping the Magic hold on to the 7th seed. That's who I'm hoping wins that first play-in game, but I'm not going to be especially worried about the Hawks or Magic, but I will be hoping for the Magic in that last game. Drew Peterson, shout out JD Davidson getting converted to a full contract. That's good for him. Good for him. You know, I think he's well deserved and a good little culture piece for the Celtics. You know, he's been the G League commander for us over the past few seasons. Interesting question. Would you say JD Davidson being a facilitator of a positive offensive environment for the G League is a hit of a 53rd overall pick? I would say maybe. Not sure how strong, yes, but shout out JD. He was paid handsomely for his game today, for considering he was converted to a full contract. So happy for him, happy for the Celtics, but we made it. Game 82. Next game we play, playoffs begin. It's all about 16 W's from here on out, and we're going to be here all week previewing the playoffs. Whoever we play in the first round, we'll be trying to get someone on to preview the series from that team. Well, once we find out who that is, we'll start scouring for guests. But yeah, good vibes going to the playoffs. The only concern we have at this point is Jaylen Brown's knee. Let's hope that injection that he got gets him back to full strength. But that's why getting out of these rounds in 4 or 5 games, especially the first round, is going to be important. Hopefully getting out of the second round in 4 or 5 games as well. But can we get to the Eastern Conference Finals by being 8-2? That's the goal. 8-3 I can live with, but 8-2 should really be the hope for getting to the conference finals. That'll do it, I think, for this one. Look, I don't need to belabor the last game of the season here. We're going to be back all week with a ton of content. Shout out all you guys. Appreciate all of you for being here throughout the regular season. But yeah, it's time. Banner 19. It's coming. Time to come home. All right. Till next time. Go Celtics.